Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
So here's Snowdonia side by side. This is an indie board and games version that comes with the miniatures. This is the Deluxe Master Set. You can see, I like the artwork better on here. It just has a better look to me. Now this Deluxe Master Set is a lot bigger than what you're going to get here. This isn't closing all the way because the way I have stuff in there. But you can see this is much thicker. The size of the box, the length is the same, but it's going to come out quite a bit, and the Deluxe set's going to be a lot thicker than what you're going to get with this. Now this is a sleeve that goes on top of it, as you can see there. And then you're going to have this to be the actual boxes that you're going to have in it. So what I've done on the channel, I've done an unboxing of this version of the indie board and cards. I've done an unboxing of the master set. Now I'm going to show you side by side just some of the differences between the two so you can compare and choose which one that you'd rather have. Now the first thing you'll notice is the rule book. The rule book here is pretty good. It goes through the rules of what's in here. Now this one's going to have probably a little bit better organization. I do like this a little bit better. Where on this one, it's like this. It just looks really busy with the lines coming out of it. Where this one, it has it numbered as you go through and shows you a picture. This is going to have a supply table that you're going to be utilizing. And I like the organization and the cleanness. You see the different colors that are available here, the end of game, etc. I like the way this one looks better overall. Now this one's going to come with a master list appendix of all the trains that are in it. There's a little bit of that in the rule book for this version right here, but this is going to include all the promos and everything ever released for the game. So it's a great book to have. Then you're going to have a book of scenarios. Now this one over here is going to come with, I think, 2 scenarios. This one's going to have a giant book of scenarios that you're going to have. This is not included in this version. So if you like something like this, as a table of contents for all the different stuff that you're going to have, solitaire mode, it's all included in this gigantic book that is 76 pages long. That's just insane. Now the deluxe version is also going to have these rule summaries and gameplay summaries. These are player aids that you can give out at the beginning of the game to people. And we'll just have a look at the weather effects, the end of the game, you know, how to set up and etc. And then some gameplay summaries. Now these are big, these are full page things. They're very nice. You don't have to worry about them ripping. But this is something that you will not get in this edition that is included in this one. Now in this version you're going to have, and I wanted to show you what it looked like not set up. So you're going to have these trays in here. These are game trays that are really nice. If you look in here, there's not a whole lot of organization in here. It's just a vanilla container that's in here. And here you're going to get game trays you can put everything in. You're going to see this one comes with a pencil and for the scoring. You're going to have bags in this one that's going to come with it. And you're going to have a lot of setup in here. You're going to have this little bag right here. Mine is just plain black. You're going to have your scoring, which if you look in this one, your scoring was just this little piece of paper. This one has pictures on it, so you have the icons on it. But this one, you know, it's the same thing, it's just a lot bigger, and it may be organized a little bit better with the deluxe version. So this is set Snowdonia. I don't know if you can see it too good on the camera. This is where you put all your cards in. Now, I haven't played the Deluxe Edition very much yet. I'm just doing an unboxing on it, so this isn't going to be a review of what you get. But the cards do have like this linen finish to them. They look really good. I can't say they look, you know, tremendously different than what you would get with this one, but you do have some artwork on some stuff. Now, with the Deluxe Edition, you're going to get every expansion, every promo ever released. So you can see how many cards you get in here versus the amount of cards you get here. So here's just like a couple things that I was able to get in. I mean, the sheer number of cards, as you have this whole thing you're going to put in here, and you're going to have it set up, and you'll have your little box that you'll be able to put it right in. It will sit right down like you saw inside of the box. And this one, there's really no organization. You're going to get some cards here, which are fine, but you can tell there's a lot less. So with the Deluxe Edition, you're going to get a lot more variety, the promos, the expansions, etc. with this set. Okay, with the Deluxe set, instead of cubes, you're going to get these, I think they're called silk screened wooden parts. They're going to have little different icons on them, and that's going to replace, you know, a lot of these little cubey things that you're going to have in this one, which is just square cubes. You're going to actually have these little wooden things. They're wooden and they're square, but they have little silk screenings on them that will showcase the different things that you have. Well, this one would give you like these little gray cubes, and this one you're going to get some animals that you're going to have. These little goats that look pretty good. You can see they're all screened on this side. You're not going to get anything like this in this version over here. These will all be deluxe components that you have. Now, there are some cubes that are included in here. They look nice. They're very bright, but I can't say they're any different than what you would get here. They're just wooden cubes. As for in here, now the workers, in this set that I had, I had miniatures. And I do like the miniatures. Mine are all painted up. And this is actually not in the deluxe set. In the deluxe set, you're going to get these little meeple guys that are silk screened, and they look really super cute, but they're not miniatures. I think the miniatures look a lot better in this one, as you can tell. They look really good. Your mileage may vary into what you like. I actually prefer the miniatures than something like this. This is cute. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't really match the game that you're playing to me, but it's fine. But I do prefer the little miniatures that you would get in this regular version versus deluxe version. So that's one upgrade that I don't prefer. Now remember, yours is going to come unpainted. I think I had mine painted up. So would you rather have an unpainted mini, or would you rather have a little meeple guy that looks like this? That's super cute. It's your call, really, what you prefer. Okay, you're going to have another little box of goodies that we've seen before. And you're going to get, basically, instead of cubes, you're going to get pieces in. So this is like the water pieces. They're actually shaped like water. You're going to see wooden bits that actually look like what they're supposed to be. You're going to have some additional workers in here, etc. So these guys, they have their hats on, they have a mustache, they have a little stuff here. Very, very cute. They match the other workers that you have in the game. So basically, in this one, here is the dynamite. They're all actually going to look like dynamite versus just a red cube, which really helps in the immersion of the game. It makes you kind of know, oh, that's what I'm looking at. It's not just a red cube, it's a piece of dynamite. So you're going to have that inside the game. There's any number of these things that you're going to have. You're going to have some other little meeple guys that you'll have, these royal guards, whatever they are, on horseback. They look really neat. They're silk screened on both sides, so they look really great. And these are great upgrades. So the deluxe set is intended to give you everything ever released for this game, versus this doesn't include any of the promos or the expansions. You have this big wooden dice. Now there isn't anything in here like this. Most rubble, hairiest fingers, who grabs first this turn, smallest feet, etc. It's a little bit neat thing. I don't really use that much. You're going to have this giant train and Yeti that will come in here. You can see this looks really, really neat. So there's a lot of little stuff, expansions and promos, and everything that you can think of that would fit through in here would be in this little box right here. So here's the board for the original Snowdonia. You can see, and I'll show it to you again, but you can see the card layout, etc., what you're going to get. Now here is the one for the Deluxe Edition, and you can already see that it's going to be much larger and engulf a lot of what you're going to see here, and it just engulfs what you're going to see with the other one. You got some nice little artwork, so instead of just an icon of a pub down here, you're actually going to see the pub. So instead of just a sign, you can see that the people are down here at the pub, and there's like a nature thing out here. So let me scan out a little bit here just to show you the size. So as you can see through here, there's a lot more of this that goes up and a lot more over there. So you can tell that the other board, the new board, is much, much larger than what you're going to get here. This one's also just one-sided. The new one is going to be double-sided. So you're going to have your cards up here, the track going around. It just has a nice, real big look to it. And it is a double-sided board, as you can see here, that it's going to have things on the other side that are playable, a different setup, etc., that you will enjoy. So much more grandeur. It's going to be bigger, better, and this is really nice, and it has a real authentic look to it that I enjoy very much. So when you're comparing the Deluxe Master set to the original box, it's a very hard comparison here because this will outshine it every single way, except for the miniatures. So if you like the miniatures and you prefer the miniatures, this is the way to go. Otherwise, everything in here is better. The board is bigger, it's better, the components are better. You got the silkscreen meeples, you got all of the promos, you got all of the expansions, you got the scenario book, and you have everything. Now, that's a plus. So if these were the same price, this was 20 bucks, this was 20 bucks, it's a no-brainer, get the more stuff. But a lot of this stuff for somebody who just wants to play the game is going to be overwhelmed. You're going to have to sort that stuff out. Yes, you cannot use it, but sitting here and staring at you over and over and over again, are you going to like this game enough to want to play it that much to want and need all that stuff? And let's be honest, they're not going to be the same price. So is the upgrade of the price going to be worth it if you want all of that stuff? So let's go over it really quickly. yes, this is better, gives you a lot more stuff, same price, no brainer, get the more stuff. The only thing holding you back may be the miniatures, okay? And miniatures aren't really as important in a Euro game or a train game like this as it would be, say, in a Ameritrash game where you're trying to bring people into what you're doing here. I think the meeples work just fine, but that's really the only thing this has over that. Now, you can sort it out. Is it worth the price to you? You're going to have to make that decision. This is upgraded. I like the art better. I like the components better, except for the miniatures. And I definitely like the presentation, everything that you get in here. You don't have to track everything down. You don't have to find everything. It's all sitting right here in this box. This is going to cost you more. It's going to cost you a lot more than likely. So you're going to have to make a call whether that price is going to be worth everything that comes into this to you versus this one. I'm purging this one. I'm keeping this one. Your mileage may vary, but I'm happy with my decision. If I want to add this stuff in, I can. But in this regard, I wouldn't be able to. I do like the miniatures. I painted mine up. I think they look nice. I wish they were in here. But there's much more in here that I'd rather have than just some painted up miniatures. So this is a keeper. This one's leaving and going to be purged.